Welcome to Because Movies Podcast.
.com.
Thank you, VAT19.
VAT19?
VAT19 is one of those internet shopping stores that carry all these unique, like, fidgety, gadgety toy type things, or like giant gummy bears. And
how the fuck could you eat a giant gummy bear?
they're like this size.
Like bite its ear off.
You
and
can.
shit?
I think there's somewhere in Kingston that we can get a giant gummy bear, or I know there's somewhere in Ontario that'll ship it to us.
Ooh.
But they're like huge. They're like.
I'd like it to be fed to me by a 50-year-old Asian woman dressed as a nurse yelling at me for being fat.
If you join our Patreon, no.
If you're a 50-year-old Asian woman listening to our podcast for some reason,
Who happens to have a 50-pound gummy bear?
I'll be your 50-pound gummy bear, if you know what I'm saying.
I really want to restart this. Welcome.
How many times are you going to say welcome in the same fucking podcast?
I just want to end my life now. Okay. On this episode, we're talking about what if Rob actually watched the episode.
Oh, I did. I had to watch the Doctor Strange one twice because I fell asleep.
Oh,
and then
God.
I woke up and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So then I'd only fall asleep for like 10 minutes, so I rewound. I'm like, oh, now I get it.
What if the world lost its mightiest heroes?
This one was...
So 3.
This one... No, 2.
4.
What if
3?
World Lost a Mighty Hero?
3.
What, you mean the heroes that died?
No, like
What if
episode number.
episodes? Oh, yeah, number 3. But I liked this one until you found out who the person that did it was. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. But the episode itself was fun. They were talking to Tony Stark, and Jack was like, and he dies. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Not great, but it was a good episode. I find that these are like, you can't go into it thinking, oh, it's going to be as good as the movies or anything like that. It's just a fun side cartoon that's kind of canon.
I think it's kind of like literally what the guy says, like, what if? You know, you're not supposed to take any part of it seriously. The one thing that I was bummed about with this one is they're like, don't worry, there's other Avengers. And then they break out, or they're showing Jesus Christ, Captain America's thing. Christ. They're showing Jesus Christ. He's one of the Avengers.
That
he
would
turns
explain
water
a
into
lot.
wine, and that's how he kills people.
The first mutant.
It was Jesus Christ. Not, what was his name? Apocalypse. It was Jesus.
Which could be around the same time.
But then...
Correct me.
The bummer thing was then he turns and fucking Captain Marvel shows up. The Brie Larson Captain Marvel, which sucks because that woman is a scourge upon humanity.
It's a different one.
She was not.
She was voiced by... Okay, yeah.
But it still looked like fucking Brie Larson.
Yeah.
So I was like, boo.
Unlike the new video game that was announced, the something Midnight Suns or something like that. It's a XCOM style Marvel game. I love XCOM. So, anyway.
I love Triple X, the film with Vin Diesel.
Oh.
And Ice Cube.
No, you don't.
That's true, I don't.
All right, here we go into our plot. Synopsis. Summary.
They're 2 parts.
During the period of an entire week, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are being framed for murdering potential Avengers one by one.
Also, how much bullshit is it that... Oh, you know what? You'll get to it. I'll wait till you get to it.
Natasha Romanoff,
Our raptured audience,
injects Tony Stark with lithium dioxide that is unexpectedly fatal.
Did you say unexpectedly? It would be unexpectedly.
Yes.
Unexpectedly, expectorantly fatal. That's because he didn't spit it out. No, that's expectorate. Fuck.
So Tony Stark dies. Iron Man is dead. That like right into
Nick
the
Fury's like, okay, well that happened. That was pretty funny.
Just
I
after
did
he
like
ate a
that
donut.
they had all but Robert Downey Jr. Like all of them were their actual voices.
I find it interesting to look at who actually plays their voices because I think they'll probably look back and go, I should have done that when they asked.
Because it's going to take you an afternoon of recording, a voice recording.
And it was so awesome. We didn't mention on the show, I don't think, but what's his name? Boseman?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, he did his.
Oh, did he really? I thought there was a.
They recorded it way back.
Oh
so
shit! That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I
was wondering, it was like it sounded like him.
Fantastic guy that got his voice fucking dead on. But no, that's him. That's great.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I believe that's what I heard. So
I will say too
from my neighbor
that I believe it's called Ma Rainey's Big Black Bottom. It's not a porno. It's the last movie that Chadwick Boseman ever made, and he is fucking fantastic in it. Him and I believe it's Viola Davis, who plays in Suicide Squad.
She's the rat?
No, she's a black lady.
Okay.
It's a fantastic movie, man. It's based on a play. It was fucking great, and I'm glad that he got to get like a real non-Marvel movie in. I know there was another one that he did. I believe he was in The Four Bloods, the Spike Lee movie, but I haven't seen that. But I did see Ma Rainey's Big Black Bottom, and it's great.
Now the newest big black. That's horrible. Now the newest big black.
And then you cut it right. I like how you fucking big black and then stop.
Big black actor. A big, not as in size, but.
How do you know?
Is Kang.
Oh, the guy playing Kang. Well, there's also the guy that played in The Watchmen. That's in the new Candyman movie. I cannot remember his name.
Yeah,
he's a wonder. He was the guy because a friend of mine recommended me to watch Watchmen. Watchmen is a fantastic comic book by Alan Moore, and then it got made into an absolute dog shit movie. I don't care who fucking said that movie's terrible.
It's awful,
and it tries its best to follow the comic. You cannot follow that comic. It is that comic literally can't be made into a movie.
No.
That movie was terrible. And then when the show came out, I was like, eh. And then I heard that Jeremy Irons playing Ozymandias. I'm like, maybe. But it was actually this black actor, and I sound like such a racist.
Well, isn't the show like after the comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he plays basically Dr. Manhattan. He's spectacular. Like him and his wife, who plays another character in the show, are great. And they won because it was, I believe, it was written by Damon Lindelof, and that guy is a fucking poison to any show that you put him into. So it was written by Damon Lindelof. That already was on the outs for me. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. He was like, just try it. He was great, and he was the guy that won me over to the show. So I'm very glad to see that he's in Candyman. I thought the first Candyman movie blew. Everybody's like, oh man, it's such a scary movie. It's crap.
Rob was like, we should watch it for the show, and I'm like, no, please no. I gave him a compromise, and I'm still not happy with it.
What are we compromising on?
What is it, Halloween or?
Halloween Kills, yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween, yeah. Halloween
there's
movies
gonna be
are
jump
really
scares,
scary.
and I hate jump scares. I'm a pussy when it comes to jump scares.
You should mix big black and then say pussy right after it.
Big black pussy jump scares.
Big black pussy jump scares.
Quote
That's
that.
going to be hashtag.
Hashtag right in this video.
Imagine what we're going to see now.
They're going to be like, why does it hashtag that? Oh.
My kids are going to watch this video and be like, Dad, do you see the stuff that's coming up? It looks like a
I'm
dragon.
talking about kitty cats.
Big black pussy cats. See, now is when we need my cat to go walking by because he's a big fat black dumbass cat.
What if we got back to the show?
What if we got back to the point?
Clint Barton accidentally shoots Thor with an arrow before later dying in his cell himself.
That makes... So, okay. This is where you have to be, okay, these shows are a bit of a joke. Because if you remember, anybody who's watched the Avengers movies, Thor stood in front of a dying star and... opened this fucking huge machine while all the fucking sun and radiation and light and heat of a star blew its goo all over him. And you're going to tell me that an arrow to his fucking heart killed him? No.
Should have been his knee.
That would have been pretty good.
But yeah, it seemed very odd.
Yeah.
But which kind of also says that like Clinton Barton has like the skill to be able to shoot someone with such skill.
Has the skill.
And the skill.
You know, next time let's put a little thesaurus. And he could be like, he also has the perspicacity.
Which is the skill of okay. I didn't follow it completely because I thought he like got spooked by the lightning.
The god of lightning got spooked by the lightning.
No, Clint.
Oh.
Thought he was supposed to hold steady. He wasn't supposed to shoot.
I thought it was going to be somebody like over his shoulder, but then it wouldn't make sense that he let go of it. But I do like what it turns out to be, that the person just kind of went.
Yeah, we can't say that yet. Again, if you aren't watching these things before watching
If
our
you're watching
show,
them on my
you
schedule,
must be lost.
where you watch them 5 minutes before Phil gets here.
Oh yeah, you know exactly. But isn't that cool? Like if someone actually likes our show, and then was
People like our show.
plan to watch these things right ahead of listening to us talk. Because I do that with other podcasts.
I've like find someone that watches a show, and I haven't seen that yet. I'll not watch their review of it or listen to their review of it, and then forget that they made a review of it, and then a year later, oh yeah, that's right, because it'll come up and stuff, and I'll watch it then. But I've never, because I find that you'll go into it if you watch if you listen to something about a movie or a TV show. And you haven't watched, and you're like, maybe I'll try that out. And then you go into it, you have their commentary or their review in the back of your head.
Yes, Rob.
That's what I do to you. That's why when we're watching stuff,
Yes,
I'm like,
Rob.
this is fucking garbage. And you're like, motherfucker.
Every time.
Watching the end where the guy dies.
To be fair, you've been better at it lately. Like, not better at actually doing it, but better at not doing it.
Notice it was the worst during the Fast and Furious movies because I did not want to pay attention.
I've already seen them all. It wasn't a big deal, but I was still keep it for the show, Rob. Should be a hashtag. So, Clint Barton also dies in his cell with no...
How did he die, though?
It's revealed later, Rob.
Oh, come here, fly.
We have flies in Canada. They're everywhere.
No one's going to watch this outside of Canada.
No, they do.
Who?
People.
They're machines.
Comment right now.
They're not real people that watch them.
Comment right now in the comments and say where you're from. No one.
I'm hearing... Oh, look, listen, crickets watch our show.
Oh, Spain? Do svidaniya. It's not.
That's fucking Russian. What's Spain? Spain
is Spanish.
Yeah, I get that.
Hasta la vista.
That's what the fuck does hasta la vista mean? Like later, bitch.
See you later. I'm making
Should
that
they
up.
say
That's
ciao?
probably right.
No, it's the
Ciao bella.
no. Who says sometimes it's hello and some aloha from Hawaii.
That's Hawaii. Okay.
That means hello and goodbye.
Nick Fury informs Romanoff that Bruce Banner is the next target. Romanoff meets with Dr. Betty Ross to analyze the lithium dioxide, who deduces that nanotech was involved and finds Banner hiding with her.
I thought it was. I wanted Betty Ross to go, hey, remember me from like 14 movies ago when I existed? Because I was like, what the fuck are we going back to Betty Ross for? I think, and again, because Marvel and Disney are a money-making machine before they're a studio. Now, I read, that's something I should have said before. I read Bob Iger's recent book talking about when he was the CEO of Disney. Mm-hmm. And one thing he talks about is, it's hard to find the balance between being creative and being a money machine, because since they bought Marvel, they of course had to make a lot of money to make up for that sale. So he talks about being creative and working with creative people, and then also working on the business side of things. One thing I feel that they're not doing as well anymore, maybe it'll change, is it feels like products first, story second. And that's what this kind of felt like. It felt like they wanted to say, remember Betty Ross? Yeah, let's make an action figure of Betty Ross. They wanted to remind you of all these people. And I also feel like because Abomination is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to remind you that. Remember the movie that had Abomination in it? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how it felt. Now, maybe that's just me being cynical, because, spoiler to anyone, I'm actually a very cynical person. So that's kind of how it made me feel. Like, remember Betty Ross?
I feel like they just want to, like, a lot of this is homage, like not homage, but remembering.
Yeah. Like what if, and hey, let's pull in all these fucking people.
Yeah, they want to see the things from before and how they might have changed, or stuff that wasn't shown in the movies that was like behind the scenes that they didn't think of then, but they're just making it up
now with all the fucking huge story and huge universe that we've got. Yeah, we can
like you can do whatever you want in this, but it's like a lot of it is canon, just changed. Yeah, the balls. All right. Ross's father, Thaddeus,
General Ross,
confronts Romanoff and Banner, who is mysteriously provoked into becoming the Hulk. And then during this whole battle scene, which is in the movie, explodes.
That was fantastic. This is my favorite death. The whole show, because there's a scene just before he explodes where he's got his arms, he's like, "Arr!" And it's like it's getting too big, and his head is like, "Arr!" And then he explodes. So it's like the Hulk is like, what the fuck is going on?
So with the Hulk
bubble, it's great.
I'm not saying who or anything. He's given something, or they put the contraption on him that makes things grow, just like the shrinking happens to something else.
Penises.
Yeah, it depends. So it makes his heart grow big.
They put a cock ring on him, and that stifles the blood flow. That's why it gets super big.
PG, Rob.
Hulk cock.
So he exploded, and it's pretty cool.
PG?
And they couldn't go past a certain rating in this show, so they made it like smoky clouds, green smoky clouds, instead of blood and
I was waiting
guts.
for like splatter all over him, and that would have been funny if that happened. They did say shit. Granted, they said it in a different language in the very first episode, but remember...
You get away with certain things depending. It's just
that's
like...
fucking bullshit that you can swear in a different language.
Essentially, you can get around some ratings by doing different color blood.
Yeah, that's true.
So they could have done it, but...
Like in Star Trek.
Thor's brother Loki arrives in New Mexico and confronts Fury about Thor's death.
I love how Tom Hiddleston... They try to make Loki... And this is funny because it goes back to Loki and how Loki totally fucked up and tried to make the character Loki a funny character. Loki shouldn't be a funny character. He should be a sinister character.
I love that series.
And so when you're watching this, he's like, oh, yes, you're all meant to serve. And he tries to be evil. I'm like, yes, this is how Loki is supposed to be.
I understand that view of wanting to see Loki as the bad guy, and he might come back as the bad guy in a future,
he is a bad guy.
Future thing. But he's going to continue being his not real Loki self, because he is a variant. That one Loki, the main character, is a variant himself. So if people are expecting that Loki to come back to the main world that we normally follow in phase whatever's, all the phases, the MCU, then probably not. He's more likely to make an appearance, and that's it.
You know what I don't like? When I've watched our TikTok videos and I go like, and like smile, I have a big fucking nose and I look like a bird.
I don't know if you noticed. Have you noticed the mark on my nose yet? One of the sides has like a little small red mark.
I got that one right in the front. My boys always make fun of it.
Before dinner, I smacked my nose with the freezer door. Another reason why I need that surgery.
We're all on
where am
eggshells.
I don't even know where I am now. I'm just, yeah. Ross's confronts Banner, who's mysteriously provoked to be having an explodes.
What the fuck was that? Oh, I thought you were reading like Ross Master having a stroke.
That's not.
What's in your water?
What's in your wallet? Thor's brother Loki arrives in New Mexico. It's a commercial.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember what commercial it was from. It's like BMO or something.
Isn't it insurance or something?
Or yeah.
What's in your wallet? Like so,
yeah, like something.
Comment.
Remind us what insurance company that's for.
Thor's brother Loki arrives. Oh, I just said that. Fury proposes an alliance with Loki to find Thor's killer.
He proposes to Loki and says,
"That could have been its own.
Let's get married."
Yeah.
Show me your god of mischief.
What? Who's still watching? Romanoff. Those two people. Romanoff is captured and murdered when researching the Avengers killer, giving Fury a clue. Hope.
I didn't get how that clue made sense.
You have to be really into the Marvel Universe to understand.
I get it, but it was more that, why wouldn't you just say who it was? I guess, in my opinion.
For the general audience and even like people that are into it, they have to tell you what the answer is. You're not going to deduce this all.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I'm sure there's a lot of like diehards that was like Hope. They're like,
oh my god,
Hope is dying. Fury realizes that Hope is the daughter of Hank Pym, who had a falling out with S.H.I.E.L.D. due to Hope's death in the line of duty as an agent, and had been using his shrinking technology to kill the Avengers.
The Pym particle, as it was called. So Hank Pym was the original Ant-Man.
Well, and he's wearing the other suit.
Yeah, the bad guy suit.
The bee suit or whatever it is. I don't.
The bumblebee.
The hornet. The
I don't know. I don't.
the
remember.
yellow jacket.
Yellow jacket. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's a yellow jacket. With Loki's help, Pym is defeated and taken into Asgardian custody,
Not to mention
which was a really cool scene.
the actor who's was it Michael Douglas that was back to play Hank Pym?
I think so.
Because if it was not, that actor was fucking dead on with his voice.
I
man.
don't write down the actors. I should. I'm still waiting for zombies. That's not in this one, but
Not in this show, no. Does it come up in the series?
yeah.
Fucking hope so, man. That's gonna
Marvel
be
Zombies
fun.
is one of the episodes.
That's gonna be fucking great.
That's what so many people are waiting for.
That means it'll be the last one.
Who?
That'll be the last fucking What If show.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
I know. I have an in at Marvel. You might say hope.
Van Dyne. With Loki's help, Pym is defeated. Did I say that? Yeah. Loki decides to.
It's because I interrupt you. You know what you should do? You should keep your finger.
That's
or
what I'm
Rob interrupt me
doing.
here.
It's not helping. Loki decides to stay on Earth and become its ruler.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere. And
That's
sure.
fucking awesome because Loki. So everybody put this together. A bad guy does bad things. So Loki is a bad guy who wants to enslave humanity. That's awesome because that's who he is. That's what he started as. That's how we were first introduced to him.
Unless your bad guy in storyline becomes good because you want him to be back as one of the
That's literally
main
like
characters.
saying, what if Hitler said one time, you know what? Maybe I'll be a good guy. And all of us were like, yeah, you did try to enslave humanity and murder like 50 million
this is going to
people.
go after. This is going to be.
That is literally how it is.
This is unfortunate, but I'm going to devil's advocate.
and say
say-
Hitler wasn't that bad. What if there was a Hitler variant?
That's like saying that a person cannot learn from their mistakes and do good after.
If they want, okay.
I'm not.
If they wanted to enslave humanity, there's a difference between I'm going to kill someone
I'm not.
and I want to enslave humanity.
I'm not saying you erase their history and say, "Oh, now that you're being good, all that bad stuff means nothing," which happens a lot in movies.
You know what he should do? He should shave off his mustache and be like, "Hello, mine Avengers friends. How ist eine day?"
Be careful what you do in the podcast. Okay. Hitler impressions, okay. Not other impressions.
I don't know. I've never heard of
I'll talk to you later.
Oh, no,
about
that's
that.
not true. I saw
no.
Triumph for the Will.
I'm just waiting for
If you ever
something
want to
bad
be
to happen.
absolutely terrified by... Now, Nazism already on its own is a terrifying, horrible thing. But if you ever... Like, if you can't appreciate how... And that's why neo-Nazism and fascism annoys me as much as it does. Annoys me and terrifies me, to be honest. If you watch Triumph for the Will, the amount of people that were... brainwashed by Nazism is terrifyingly large.
How many characters in Star Trek, in Star Wars, were bad people that became good characters that then avenged their past?
Star Wars.
Sure.
One. Darth Vader.
Just one. But like,
Maybe he
you
was
get my point,
The
though.
Hitler of the Star Wars.
You can't.
universe.
You cannot say someone did a bad thing. We have to erase them off the planet. You have to give them the chance to do better. And I'm not saying that Hitler deserves a chance. I'm just saying. I'm saying
That's the soundbite that people are going to get from this. Hitler deserves a chance. Man, we're going to hell.
so.
That was Phil beatboxing for a second.
You get my point.
I just disagree with it.
If COVID deniers, like, we're just gonna say screw them. They can't
That's
learn.
what they've been doing themselves. My favorite is
yes.
these fucking idiot COVID deniers are like, you're not going to give me a vaccine. Then they go to the hospital, they catch COVID, they go to the fucking hospital, and they're dying. And on their deathbed, they're like, God damn it, I wish I had gotten the fucking vaccine. You know what I mean? I feel nothing for those people. I feel bad for the people they left behind,
Yeah.
you know? But I feel nothing for those people.
I get that.
People who are
those are
like-
two different things, though.
Yeah, COVID deniers who are like, yeah, you know what? And come around to...
No, I'm talking about the fact that yes, you deserve the bad that happens to you because of the bad things that you do. Yes, I completely agree with that. But I cannot say that a person who's done bad things cannot be good later. Cannot turn around. That's like saying people that go to jail should just stay there for the rest of their lives.
It's a good point. To me, it's the volume of what you did. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to, if somebody, like Jeffrey Dahmer, great example. Or no, even fucking better, because Dahmer's dead, Paul Bernardo, who's trying to go for parole. Paul Bernardo could be a model fucking prisoner. Never, ever, ever let that guy out of jail.
But that's
because
fine.
he's pure evil.
But that's perfectly fine.
Hitler, he murdered 3 women.
Yeah.
Fucking Hitler murdered 6 million.
If we found him today, I wouldn't go, give him a chance. I would say, like, yeah, you're going to rot in jail for the rest of your life. But, like, I'm not going to say, like, Mike Tyson, who beat up his wife or something,
Raped his wife.
can't come out now, like, after serving his time and after having so much time of reflection and being beat on by the media and population. I can't say that, like, maybe he turned a new leaf. Maybe he doesn't do those things anymore.
Yeah, maybe he's not an addict anymore.
How many gang members would love to turn a new leaf and be like, I'm a law-abiding citizen now?
And I think it's wonderful when they do. But I guess my point is
volume. I get that.
I like how
like
we're talking about COVID and gangs and Hitler, and they're
all the same.
It's all in reference to Loki from the animated Marvel show What If. But let's continue.
Well, that's a fun thing I like about our show is that we deviate into like some weird areas of discussion. But we can do that because movies.
Nazism and nudity. That's usually where my brain is always going.
Loki.
Nazi porn.
Okay. Elsewhere, Fury finds Steve Rogers frozen in ice.
Technically, he doesn't find Steve Rogers. He finds Captain America, who could be someone else. Because he never actually sees Steve Rogers.
That's a good point. The thought process is like, could this be Captain Carter?
Could be anyone.
The truth is,
but it could
be
anybody as it could be anybody as Captain America.
Could be.
Right. That's what I liked about it. Is it didn't show Steve Rogers. It showed Captain America.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. And
then Carol Danvers shows up. Your favorite.
Boo.
So like, it was a ho-hum ending, but it was a good show.
I was bummed as soon as I saw Carol Danvers because she's an awful person.
A lot of people love the character,
but hate her, which is good.
That's not what I was saying, but sure. How overall, what did you think?
It was fine. I've been finding that first one with Captain Carter was a bang. You know what I mean? Like that was fun, man. And it's been kind of steadily declining. Steadily getting more. Getting less actiony and more story, which I do like.
The what's his name? Black Panther as
that was good, but that's what I mean. Like that one was not.
That was better in my opinion,
really,
than the first.
No, I like the first.
But I understand people liking the first more because it was the first episode, so they would put one of the best ones there.
Yeah,
this is like wrestling, okay? And I do this a lot. I do the comparisons, but in wrestling. You put your main event as the main event, the end of the show.
That's waiting for you.
The second best match that you're going to put out, or the second best segment, is going to go in the front of the show.
Okay.
And then you make them merge somewhere. Like you have it make sense so that people stay tuned. Same thing here.
I watched WrestleMania. I saw the cage match with fucking King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That was a good fucking match.
I've seen King Kong Bundy live, and I shaked his hand.
Awesome.
He's old now, so
I think he's dead now.
He might be. I saw him yesterday. Shake his hand.
As a Marvel zombie.
No, he had like one of those big bulges in his tummy, like when he laid down. I've seen this in wrestlers. I don't know if these are hernias or something else, but like they'll have like this.
Why do you see King Kong Bundy lying down?
Because he was lying down in the ring. What do you think wrestlers do? They
lay
down sometimes.
Meeting him somewhere, shaking his hand, and he's like, "Oh, I'm tired," and he fucking lays down in the middle of a shopping mall.
No, that was the same day I met Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, dude, fucking love Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey, they were in Ottawa for a small indie show. Ooh. That was the day I found out there was indie wrestling in Ottawa. Anyway, back to the show. I enjoyed this episode. It was good. It just wasn't great.
Yep.
It was fun for looking back on all of the MCU.
Yeah.
and that's what I love
And
most about
especially-
it anyway.
I didn't care for the Betty Ross part, but I liked how they were like, oh, look, there's... Everybody forgets about the Incredible Hulk. It's like the redheaded stepchild of the MCU. And it's not a good movie because Edward Norton is a terrible person in real life. Great actor, but apparently a humongous asshole in real life. But it's often forgotten about, which sucks because Tim Roth is so great as the fucking Abomination. That Abomination fight with the Hulk at the end is really fun. And then, of course, at the end of that movie... Tony Stark goes in to talk to General Ross in the bar, the stinger in that one, to say they're putting together the Avengers. And I think it's the end of Incredible
Spoiler.
Hulk. Oh, yeah, sorry. for a 2007 movie. But I think that's where they... I think the end of that movie is where... that was mine. Is where they see the Thor's... I was going to say...
Thor's cock. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Like this. Big black Thor's cock.
You've been watching the porns too much. The porns.
The porns. Apparently you're 80 years old.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I like when those girls dance with their skirts off. GuzzMoviesPodcast.com. Like a wrestler, he's pointing out. You gotta do the Hulk Hogan ear, though.
I'm not racist.
I am a real
As much as I talk about
as
Hitler.
much as Hulk Hogan is.
And the Ku Klux Klan.
Too much pork.